Hello everyone, I am a chess streamer and I met my subscriber in real life and we played some game over the. This is Ayus, whom I met from YouTube only. He joins my stream, sends messages in the live chat and we have played many games online. This is his chess.com profile and our rapid rating is around 1700. His speed chess ratings are a little bit higher than mine and this is our head-to-head score where he is leading because of his speed chess, which is better than mine. But these were all digital and now we are meeting in real life and let's see how over the board chess is a little bit different than the online chess. So in this video, I'm going to show you three rapid games that we played over the board, and each of the games are very interesting. Two of the games have double rook sacrifice in them. But before going to the game, you can go through a timeline, like timestamps in the video and jump to the games. But I want to share you some storyline, how we met, and then I'll be reviewing the games. So yeah, in the night time, we decided to meet at Thapatali Chess Park at 3 p.m. in the evening. And generally, I don't sleep at the night. So this night also I didn't sleep, and it was the morning, and I have to go to meet him at 3 p.m. in the park. I ate food and I was lying on the bed. And mistakenly I felt asleep, and when I woke up, I saw my phone, and it was 5 p.m. I was just so angry on myself. I was just so angry on myself, and then I said him sorry, and then we decided to meet again within a week. And this time again, I had not slept the whole night. In the same way, the day went, and I was afraid that I might fall asleep. So the best way not to fall asleep is to sleep. So I set an alarm and then I slept for 2 hours and then I woke up. I rushed to Thapatalich's park. He had arrived before me. And when I reached there, all the boards were packed. I mean, outdoor boards were packed, and in rooms there were some boards. So I got a board and then we played some games over the board. The game started with some blitz games, and in the first blitz game, I blundered my knight. He was kind enough to allow me a take back, and then I beat him in the game one. Game two, I won again, and then like 2-0 was the score, and then in three games, he beats me in place. Then it was time for the rapid chess. We played the first rapid chess, and it was much more interesting than we expected. I sacrificed two of my rooks. Then the game ended in my favor. I won the game, and then we really found the game exciting, so we replayed the game because it was not recorded. And then we decided to record later two rapid games. So latter two second and third games are recorded. The game one is not recorded. And we replayed the game on the board, and then from our memory, recent memory, and then we were able to set up like know the games that we played, and we have recorded the PGN. I'll be showing you. And then after three rapid games, we also played some glitch games where he dominated me generally in glitch. And then during the part of time of departure, we click this photo. I'm a thin guy, you can see there. And now let's move towards the game. So as I have said, if the first game was not recorded, this is the game one. This is Grandmaster Chess for Fun. I have just given Grandmaster title just for fun. This is my picture, and this is Ayus, GM Ayus. And this is his peak rapid rating, and this is my peak rapid rating. There is a 30 point of difference that you can see in the rapid ratings of ours. And let's see how this is going to impact the game. So let's see. The game opens up with d4. I always play e4, but here I tried to here I wanted to try something new. I was playing everything new and unprepared things. So d4 here, and he goes for the Slav. If e4, this will be tarot, and we go Slav, and we play this bishop out, bishop here, unpinning the knight. He pushes the pawn. Our knight goes here. He brings the bishop out, and I here decide to go c5, closing the center. He castles the sword, and I go b4. I'm going aggressive on this side. He goes knight b d7, yes, and then I go a4. And this was too much, so he decided to go b6, and he's going here, so I decided to go this. I had remembered the whole game, but right now I'm forgetting it a little bit. So okay, let's see this. Captures and b takes b takes c6, b takes c6. He takes the rook with he takes the open file with his rook. I go queen c2 and then queen c7, and I kick the bishop out. Bishop goes back. I kick it more out. It goes there. Bishop d3 and bishop takes bishop. Queen takes d3. He goes rook here, which is a blunder. Here, Indian finds a very really nice idea, which maybe I would see online. But here over the board, the pieces are just it takes too much of a space, and it is not that easy to find tactics. Some long term tactics like this. Indian wants this, queen takes some weird stuff. Rook here and leave it. This is some weird tactic that I missed. And here I decide, sorry, what happened? Here I decide to go with the knight attacking that rook. Like knight here, he goes with the rook back. I push one pawn, Injun wants something else. Let's forget it. And then queen takes, king moves, queen here, king moves again. He doubles up his rook, and I go rook attacks, attacking the queen. He moves his queen, and then I move my knight to attack the queen. Queen goes there, pawn is pushed. Knight goes and unleashing an attack on the pawn. So I play this, cementing my pawn there. He attacks the pawn once again. Here I go with my knight. And that's a blunder. Let's leave it. Over the board, nobody is going to find it. For now, he's in advantage. You can see the eval bar. The engine is not liking my game. He goes queen there. I lift my rook. He attacks my rook. And I play knight here. So this is the first moment where I let the rook hang. Come on, capture it. He captures the rook. I take back with the pawn. His queen was attacked, so he moves his queen. And then I attack again with the pawn. He can take here, so he takes it. I take back gx f5. He plays queen f7. And here comes another rook sacrifice. Well, this is not the best move, and I was not expecting that he's going to take. But somehow, out of surprise, he captures this. And here I know that I'm going to win from here. I give the check, that's a fork. He moves his king somewhere. Sorry, he captures it. I capture back. And the pawn is defended by the queen, so he moves the king back. He then wants something else. I play knight here. Knight goes here, and queen goes here, threatening the king. I'm just bringing all of my pieces to the queen side. That is the whole idea. He goes with the rook, and then I go with the bishop back. The idea of bishop back was to defend this pawn somehow or something else. I don't know. Kind of also going out of the checks. And there will not be any checks like this. So he goes here to attack this. I decide to capture the knight, and then we trade the knight. Knight goes there, and he checks me with the rook. And I saw something like there was some checks in my brain coming, some knight check. So because of that, I wanted to go very far, and I play king d1. Just being away from that knight. So there is no any knight check anyway. There should not be any knight check. So I'm going far from that knight. So that's my idea. And these times I'm also low on time a little bit. And it's already blundered. You can see mate, fourth mate, I find it, check, king moves, and then check. And then knight blocks. And that's the checkmate on the board delivered. And we are low on time. So this was checkmate on the board. And these rooks were not able to attack my king. So with double rook sacrifice, we were able to do this in the game 1. Now it's game 2, and then it will be game 3. Game 2 and game 3 we have footage, so I'll be commenting from behind on that footage and enjoy the games. Both of us sit on the board. His phone is used to get the recording, and I'm setting up chess clock in my phone. 10+0 is the time format that we are playing. And here I had done some mistakes in arranging the board. I have arranged the king and queen in the wrong order. So the queen was at the place of king, and the king was at the place of queen, and the phone falls, and the recording was disturbed. We have just managed in somehow to record with some support on the phone. There was no tripod, so there was some material support on the phone. We start, and our king queen position is a little different. I told him to manage his king and queen, and then his king queen is actually at the right places. Mine is at the wrong places. And he arranges my pieces. He had played one d4 on the board. So let's go with the move. And I thought for a long time, and then I respond with e6. He brings his bishop out, playing the London setup. I go with my knight. He pushes the pawn. I also push a pawn. I am ready to get this piece up with my knight. I place the bishop here. And then he goes with his knight like this. My idea is to get rid of this bishop. So he brings the bishop back. I remove the bishop, and I am happy. He captures back with the pawn. And now I'm thinking what to play. So I go with my pawn. He brings his bishop out. I'm slowly a little low on time here. It does not matter. We're starting up the game. I get my knight out. A little bit developed. He brings his knight out. Now I was thinking what to play, what not to play. And Just flexible move. I bring queen here. I am not castling for now because I'm not deciding which side to castle. He gets his queen out. I push a pawn. After thinking for some time, he finds the best move, bishop e4, attacking my rook here. And now I have to find a move. What should I play? I bring my rook here, and he decides to castle, long castle. I was just really surprised and by looking at his long castle. His idea is to attack here. Then I push the pawn c5 and replace the clock. He goes here. He opens up my bishop for sure. He blocks his bishop. And then wants queen here. Queen a4 check to the king as I had moved my knight. And I was just thinking for some time, so should I move with this? Should I do anything? Should I trade the queens? I don't know what I thought. There was some things in my brain. And he trades the queen, which I was surprised. He captures in the center. I capture back with the bishop. He pushes the pawn, which is a blunder. Engine wants some check, so it does not allow me castling. I go with my knight, the best move, looking for this square and forking his gears. This also opens up a line with my bishop attacking that knight, so he is really in big trouble here. Oh, no, let me turn on the equal bar. I have not turned on the equal bar for you. Sorry. So as I see the equal bar, I am really in a good position here. He was surprised by this move, and a queenless middle game is really very dangerous because when you go a little bit low in terms of material, then you are not going to survive the whole game. You are going to lose the game for sure. So this move really brought him in trouble, and he thought for a lot of time before playing his next move. He plays knight b5, which is not the best move. First of all, he should have gone for a check because this bishop will not be protected any longer. I was calculating everything, and then before my next move, and then I will play the move after that. I was just looking at the bishop checks and different things, knight checks. And then I captured the pawn, forking the rooks and also hitting the bishop. He captures this and goes for a check, but that's not the best move. He should have gone for other moves. Again, I'm looking at the board and I'm calculating the moves, and then I decide to move the king here, attacking the knight. Still, his rooks are hanging, and the bishop is actually protected by the knight for now, for the moment. Let's see what he does. He plays rooks f1. I capture another rook. Rook captures that. He really does not like his position at this point because the position is minus 4.30 for a black, and I bring my other rook into the game without castling. Just see, this is a very common theme in my games. I do not castle that often. So my king remained in the center. I didn't castle my king because I don't believe in castling. Sometimes I castle. He brings his knight out, and the rooks are looking at each other. Will I trade? I thought for a long, and then I went for pawn a6, kicking his knight out. I should have traded because I was up in terms of material. After a long think, he goes knight here, attacking my bishop, and that is actually a best move, which I was surprised when I look at the evaluation by engine. Here I had thought a line. If the knight goes here, then because the knight cannot go here because of this. So let's say the knight goes here. After this attack, the knight goes here. Then I go bishop here, attacking this, and if he captures this, then I was looking at it. So that was a point of playing a6. But he really brought this, and I thought for a long time before making my next move. And I decided to capture the rook. King takes. Rook check, king moves. My position is really good here. I go with my bishop here, attacking the bishop or pinning the bishop, let's say. And that will force a trade for sure. He goes for a check. And I decide to remove that knight. Taruk. And that was the best move. Wow. What do you do? Because I'm winning that pawn. Like, let's say the pawn captures this, I give a check, and then I do this. If he takes the rook, I give this check and I will win this, and then I will have two pieces versus one piece games in game, which I will be simply winning. That is all we are discussing there. He plays some weird move which I didn't understand at all. I capture that instantly after some time without thinking much. I was a little worried. Why did he play that? He captures back, and now it's one rook and a piece versus a piece. I don't know why he chose this thing. I went back with my rook, and then he moves his pawn. I'm really comfortable with my position here. I'm not that good on time, but it is fine because the position is completely winning. I kick the knight out. Does not go back. It should go back. He brings here, attacking this thing. I kick the knight out, then it goes back. I tried to go with my king. My king is not allowing the knight to go here and here. And my bishop can now join in some other ways. So those were the ideas. Even my bishop can join in this way. He plays king here. I bring the bishop back. He moves his knight back. Last time when I sacked my rook around this, he didn't capture it. I move my bishop here, attacking the weakness. And I don't know why, but he moves his knight there, defending this. And I was just surprised. Why? What are you doing here? I give a check, he moves his king. I push my pawn. He makes his knight move instantly because he didn't like this. I capture the pawn and he pushes the pawn. Now, what to do? I was thinking, and then I bring a bishop back. He captures a pawn, and I was surprised here. He's trying to trade. And then I sack the rook once again. Because last time he didn't capture it. So I sack, and now he has to capture it. And then I play king here. He moves king here, and he's not resigning here. I give a check. And that's good because you can understand now it's mating 15 and we play some move very quick. I'm going for some pawn push. I move my king. I will win this pawn eventually, and then I'll be winning. He's in Zugzwang because his pawn cannot move, his pawn cannot move, his pawn cannot move without getting captured. So he moves his king. I try to go here. He goes here. I go here. He cannot capture anything. He moves his king only. I capture the pawn. And there are pawns, so there is no. I mean, there are no any possibility of a stalemate here in this position. I start pushing my pawn. He moves his king, and then there are some ways I'm trying to checkmate with these two pawns. So that will be my idea. And here I calculated everything in my brain, what are going to happen here. So I move the king here, and there, like the king has no any square to go actually. If you see correctly, so there are some possibles, and I calculated there will be this pawn winning here, and then I will deliver the checkmate. In my brain, I calculate everything. So we start to make some moves forward. Pawn moves. And here he resigns because everything is unstoppable. He goes here, he goes here, and then before making even a queen, I can deliver this as a checkmate. So he decided to resign there. He had no hope, and the score is 2-0. Now it will be the rematch, and at this game, he is going to take the revenge. So yeah, we rotate the board. And clock is shifted to the right side of the black. And there is the hand 6 and the game begins. And I opened the game with pawn e4. He responds with a Sicilian and I go in this way. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just playing the opening very quick here. Both of us are playing the opening very quick. 3 pawns in the center with a knight. He brings his knight out. I bring my bishop out. He makes his pawn push. I go here. He says that he want to play a little aggressive, so I went to g4. Let me show my aggression. He goes h6, and I go h4. He goes bishop here. And I'm very much dedicated towards this pawn storm on this side, so I decided after some thought to play f3 here.
F3 is such a stupid move.
Just need to find the weakness.
Just find the weakness and attack. That was his plan. So I don't need to give any weakness to him. So I push pawn f3, which is a mistake. Let's forget it. He instantly plants his knight in the center, attacking my bishop. And somehow the bishop is trapped. So I was okay to give up this bishop because this bishop is not doing anything except something like a job, like a pawn. So I'm happy to do this. So I go bishop at e6 at e3, attacking him. He captures it. I capture back with the knight, and that is the best move for me. It was a mistake for him. He brings his queen out to b6, attacking this. I go queen c2, defending it. And he decides to castle here, castles out, and it is a mistake. Wow. I don't castle and he castles, and that is a mistake because you see the pawn storm on this side. I go with my knight, bringing my pieces to the king side to attack him. His queen is to the queen side, so he will not be defending him. He pushes the pawn, and that's a blunder. Will I take advantage of it? Nobody knows. Let's see. Oh, sorry, I'm not turning the eval bar. What is wrong with me? So eval bar is here. I am better here. I push the g5. Actually, he was better at some point in the game around this territory. He was better when he planted his knight here. He should not have captured here, which was a mistake clearly. Let's go to the current position, g5. After a long thought, he plays his knight to d7, which is again a mistake. He should have gone knight h7. Here I had no any clear attack. What should I be doing? And I thought for a long time. And I take my knight back here, which is clearly not liked by the engine. And I had no idea how to attack. h5 was one of the moves, but I didn't like it for some other reasons. And now the engine likes the position of black for some reason. Will he figure out the mistake and punish me? It was his chance, but he removes this piece knight for some reason, and this bishop is defending his king side. I don't like this move for any reason. I don't know why he removes this. His idea was actually very good, which I later realized. I was thinking, should I capture with the pawn or should I capture with the queen? I didn't know the answer clearly. I decided here to capture with the queen so that I'll be covering this diagonal, and that was one of the best move according to the engine. But later I fell into one of the things that I didn't like at all. I should have captured with my pawn according to the plan of my game. He goes h5 and I go knight here, and he then plays queen here, which is a mistake for him, but I really was not liking this move because it forces the queen trade. I don't want to trade my queens here. After some thought, I played queen d2. That's a miss according to the engine, but let's leave it. My idea was if he captures now, then I'm moving my king here. And he decides to chop this off. I'll capture with my king, which they cannot like by the engine, but my plan is to get the rook around this side and maybe I will try for something. He goes with the knight, centralizing it. And I bring my rook to f1, rook a f1. Defending this pawn as well and also trying to attack his king side in future in some ways. His bishop is not really developed, it's not coming out. His rook needs some time to come out and he's not really attacking my king, so I have better initiative and I'm going to attack. He plays his knight back and I don't like this move. I don't understand this move. Maybe he wants to set up it here. I play a pawn move, not allowing the knight to jump here.
Worst. Worse. Not worst. Worse.
He goes here and I say that move is not good. And I get a square up for my knight, which is very good square. It's looking here. It's looking here. He plays bishop here, attacking my knight.
Don't have to worry.
And I go with my knight, a check. That knight is again on an outpost. He moves his king, attacking my knight. That knight is defended. And this will also allow his rooks to shift around that side. So the position is still in like by the engine, but it's not so clear how I'm going to break through. I push the pawn because pawn breaks are the thing that you do when you are better in terms of everything. And you're going to attack. So pawn breaks are the most essential thing. That is why I do the pawn break with pawn f4. I don't understand why he plays this. I remove the knight because my bishop was also not doing anything around this territory. Now he has a question which pawn to capture with. He decides after some time to capture with a c takes d4, which is the best move in the position. And then I go f5, the best move. So I'm using my advantage and I'm playing the best moves. He goes back with the bishop all the way up to c8. And that's the best move. So when bishop c8 is the best move, and your rook is trapped here, so you should understand your position is not that great. Now what will I do and what is my move? Will I capture here because this pawn is on a mission? Went f4, f5, and will it take g6? After some thought, I capture here, and that's a mistake. Engine wants me to capitalize on the queen side because king side is already locked, so gets some advantage on the queen side. He plays this capture. Instantly, I go here with my knight, and that's a blunder. In my brain, I was thinking so many things. I'm sacrificing a knight, and somehow I was thinking that I'm getting this for some weird reason. I don't know why. Also, some thought that at the end, these are 3 pawns which will create some counterplay for me. So I'm not going to be that bad, and I will also get 2 pawns. So somehow, this single pawn was stopping me from doing this thing in the end game. So that is why engine does not like it. And from here, all the way 1.41, I go back to minus 2.57. And then there is captures, and I capture the rook. That's the best move. And he captures back with the king. I'm thinking what to do, because if I can get if this pawn was not there, then like he has really some trouble. I bring my rook with a check. I was relying on my counterplay, but there was not enough counterplay. I was never able to win that pawn, this pawn. If I had won that, then the position was really good for me. This rook is not playing the game for a while. He goes with his king. I play rook here, the best move. So yeah, after sacrificing a knight for no reason, no good reasons, even I was a little confident that I might be drawing this game. But here I had already realized my position is just bad. The only worry in this position is I cannot take the rook here to capture this pawn because the bishop will get here and actually that will defend this pawn. So that's a problem. He brings his bishop defending the pawn. This idea is never possible now. I decide to play on the queen side now because his bishop has left this side and I have some majority on this side. So Indian also likes this play. But still, this will not be enough. He pushes his pawn. That gives me some edge. I make a mistake once again, and then he goes here. And now I don't have much to do here. Actually, I have some deep calculation. I go here, which was the best move indeed, and I instantly place this, which is the great move. And now there is no hope for me. I start to bring my king to the king side. He brings his rook here. And I decide to trade rooks, thinking that this bishop will not be able to damage this locked structure, and then that's a draw. So we go forward into a trade, and I'm really low on time. I lose the game on time, but I was thinking that like we together discussed if this is a draw, and none of us had any idea whether it's a draw or not. And this bishop, extra bishop, was somehow giving us some hope that it is not a draw. So I resign the game, kind of lose on time. We discuss for some time whether it's a draw or not, and later we decide to continue the game. Here I had a plan to keep my king on these three squares, and there was really not any hope. And sometimes if needed, I would go here and here, and there's no any way to make progress for him. That is what I thought. Like the main idea is he needs to get in with the king, but his extra bishop really helps him.
This move either will be great move or this should be a blunder. That's for sure. That's for sure.
I got two passer, and then he goes here, I go here, and he brings his bishop back.
And I think this is also move.
There's a way to win, but this does not seem like winning at that time.
Time, fast.
He goes here and here.
Is this a draw? I think so. I lost some time. Let's continue. Let's continue. So I don't know. I will just go here, let's say, for example. Because if you can't take it, then I will take it. I mean, that is the most normal continuation. There is nothing.
He pushes the pawn, and I thought for a while, and I had no hope.
The bishop will take.
It cannot allow that pawn to move to e3 square, and then that's just unstoppable. So I decide to take it, and that's the best move according to the engine as well. But now when bishop takes it, it's a little bit clear that I'm not going to win this game, because this bishop will always remain on this diagonal there, and it will be cutting off these squares, and this pawn is cutting off these two square. So my king is never going to stop them, and his king has ways to infiltrate in between, and then the bishop has to lose some tempo, and that is why he's going to win clearly.
Here, that must be this move.
I go for a counter play, and that's not gonna work.
Okay. This. What's the continuation?
I won't be able to stop these two pawns now.
This one is protected. This one is not going to fall. Not going to fall anywhere. Yes. And I'm surely getting this.
I decide to push
Then I will get this.
a little bit, and he really plays a simple move, and then I had no hope. Now I'm not going to win this, because this king is under the box to stop this, and this bishop will be stopping this pawn. So after that, I play king here, king goes here, and king will capture this, and the bishop will be stopping that. So that is not winning in any way, and I decide to resign at this point. Okay, so and that's all. 3 rapid games. How did you find them? Let me know in the comments below. And in future, I might be making some more contents like this if you like these things. Show your love, support in the comments, and see you in the next video. Have a good time.